The meat-free market in the UK is worth an estimated £740 million, so it's right to consider how a major brand would approach marketing in this sector. For this presentation, I've analysed how Quorn, the biggest brand in this arena, approached the UK market. So in 1985, a fungus was discovered that was fit for human consumption and high in protein. And in 1993, it entered the shelves of supermarkets. To them, it's known as mycoprotein. To you and I, it is Quorn. Quorn have steadily established themselves in the UK, marketed at families with young children. It's become the accepted vegetarian alternative to ingredients like mince and sausages. However, recent emerging trends have acted as a catalyst for Quorn's growth. So first, to analyse the microenvironment to understand who Quorn are using elements of McKinsey's 7S's, Porter's 5 Forces and the 5 M's. I learned the following to begin. Quorn aim to be a billion-dollar company by 2027. This underpins their strategy, which also includes their mission to make the world's diets healthier and more sustainable, targeting their marketing in 3 different areas: health, the environment, and convenient meal solutions. In terms of structure, as well as their plant in Stokesley, they've opened a new site in Billingham. These factories implementing measures to successfully reduce their carbon footprint. Shared values is key to Quorn's approach to the UK, promoting something they call sustainable nutrition. They abide by standards set by the Round Table on Sustainable Palm Oil, Waste Not, Want Not, and the Carbon Trust. Staff-wise, Quorn employ over 600 employees, 300 of whom are relatively new, and it's expected to grow. The style of Quorn is one of corporate social responsibility, with the board putting this high on their agenda. An analysis with Porter's 5 Forces shows a lot of rivalry amongst competitors, with the own brand having the biggest chunk of the meat-free market and Quorn losing ground to Linda McCartney. With over 500,000 vegans in the UK and Quorn using a lot of egg in its product, there have also been a lot of new vegan brands emerging that have taken market share from Quorn. The bargaining power of buyers is also a big concern to Quorn, as they're allowing supermarkets to sell their product, and with a lot of meat-free alternatives, if they get into a dispute with the supermarket has more alternatives to turn to. In terms of new entrants, there is a small but growing concern for lab-grown meat, because currently too far costly a venture, but with growing public interest, a development would be a threat to Quorn. Analysing with the 5 M's, money is looking strong. They posted record turnover of 204.6 million last year, and they are investing 14 million in marketing and 7 million in research and development. Looking at the market, Quorn are massively moving from being seen as a vegetarian alternative to one of lifestyle, targeting ethical consumers, the health-conscious flexitarians and vegans. They are concerned that Brexit may cause issue with consumer confidence, but they have ensured protection as best they can, and maybe even benefit from the consumer being more price conscious and buying Quorn in lieu of meat. Looking at the macro environment Quorn operate in, I used elements from steel pies. The social cultural factors include the rise of vegans, sustainable consumers and flexitarians, but it's also worth noting that the growing research into the risk of eating a lot of meat, studies linking meat consumption with higher incidence of cancer, heart disease and so on, rapidly growing concerns for both the public and the government. This is of advantage to Quorn as a meat-free alternative. Another socio-cultural factor is the growing awareness of climate change and sustainability. Quorn is substantially less damaging to the environment than cattle farming, for example. New means of marketing to the consumer, thanks to digital media, have helped Quorn target specific markets, and social media sites like Instagram and YouTube they use to share meal ideas and gain support from foodie social media influencers. In terms of economic factors, Brexit is on Quorn's mind, as it is everyone's. Consumer confidence in the strength of the pound will have implications on the UK economy, but as a FMCG, at least Quorn know people will still need to eat after March 2018. Legally, Quorn is regulated by the FSA, and politically they are committed to the government's clean growth strategy. Ethics is a factor influencing Quorn, with the business ethics company more relevant to consumer decision purchasing, especially in the FMCG market. For example, think about free-range eggs. Again, this is something Quorn have been addressing alongside with their growth, helping reduce their greenhouse gas emissions. So to apply these findings to a SWOT and TOES analysis, it's clear that Quorn are on the right track in their marketing mix to achieve their goal of becoming a billion-dollar company by 2027. They have a strong position in the UK market to build and further build their brand and capitalise on more aware and connected consumer than would have been imagined in 1993. All of this I discuss further in my report. Thank you.